What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one is between two players on the WCS Pro circuit. Spawning here in the top left-hand corner of Dreamcatcher Ellie, playing with the red Terran pieces. He's currently up in this series and wants to finish off this series right here and right now. His name is HeroMarine. And his opponent, spawning the bottom right-hand corner of the map, playing with the blue Protoss pieces. He's currently down in the series, but certainly not out of it just yet. His name is DnS. So guys and girls, this series, and I really, a best of 5 series that was played at the WCS in Austin. And as I said, it was in the round of 16. An absolutely incredible matchup, though. I mean, both these players have felt really even up to this point as far as skill is concerned. I've got to say, HeroMarine has gotten the advantage by really just, staying kind of true to what he wants to do. He's been able to he's been given the respect to go ahead and kind of do the builds he wants and kind of dictates the pace of the game, which I would love to see DnS in this game really try to dictate the pace of the game a little bit more. It does look like DnS is going for a very similar build to what he did in game number 1. He's going to go ahead and go for that gateway into the natural nexus, and then of course following that up with a cybernetics core. On the opposite side, we are going to see a probe that is trying to just be a little bit of a nuisance. But nonetheless, it does look like the barracks into the orbital command and then into the natural command center is what HeroMarine is going to do. And I gotta say, HeroMarine has been playing incredibly well in this series so far. I mean, just really, managing his army very well. And, just microing really well and just kind of building up a bigger and bigger force and just slowly taking over DnS's army. And, I mean, just very, just very well played by HeroMarine so far in this series. But as I said, I think the story is more about DnS and what he should do in order to try to get on the scoreboard and, not let it be a 3-0 sweep. I mean, it's just, HeroMarine's got all the momentum going. And the thing is, if DnS can get a win here, he, of course, can, there's a lot of opportunities to possibly, turn the tide as far as that's all concerned. You really want momentum is everything in StarCraft 2, and if you got a good amount of momentum, it definitely helps. Now, very interestingly enough, HeroMarine is going to go a little bit off script, I guess you could say. He's going to get a factory built over near this gold base location. And so I really like this decision, actually, because I think he's going to go possibly for a little bit of a push very early on in this game, and this is something that we really haven't seen. It's been macro-focused games in games 1 and 2 by both players, but this game looks like it could be we could be in for a little bit of some aggression. It looks like we are going to see one factory is down, and that factory, of course, is going to be getting a cyclone out of it. We're seeing some Marines coming out of the barracks 2 at a time, and then, I guess cyclone coming out of that second factory as well. So this is interesting. I think we're setting ourselves up here for a little bit of a push by HeroMarine, possibly a timing push. If this is scouted, then of course maybe this is going to be shut down very early, but HeroMarine looks like he's just trying to kind of play some mind games. And, StarCraft 2 is very, much so compared to the chess of video games, as many have said. And it's very true because there's so many mind games that go into every single move that a player does throughout the course of a series. And these guys know each other's, they have watched each other's replays. They played against each other numerous times. So the big thing is that nothing really, they've pretty much seen everything, but they always wonder what is the opponent doing at pretty much at every different time. And just like that, here we go. We are going to see a push coming in from HeroMarine at that 4.5, a little bit past that 4.5 minute mark. He is coming with a bunch of Cyclones, Marines, and now the SCVs have been pulled. I absolutely love this. This could be HeroMarine very well may catch DnS completely off guard. DnS had no idea that this was coming, and it's here right now at the front doorstep of that natural nexus. Here we go. The question is there going to be enough here for DnS? As so many of these units are getting target fired down, the probes are being pulled off the line. You know it's a desperation mode when those probes are being pulled off, but these Cyclones are so tanky. Is there going to be enough here? It looks like there might just be barely enough. So many probes are going down, though, at this point. Oh, my God. The Cyclones are doing so much damage. HeroMarine wants to go win this series 3-0, move on to the round of 8, also known as the quarterfinals. Oh my God, the amount of damage that's being dealt right now. I don't know if DnS is going to be able to recover from this. Now it looks like he very well might be able to push this army back, or will he? Because these Cyclones are doing just so much damage. Oh my God, so much damage is being dealt right now, and it looks like finally this is probably going to get cleaned up, but just so much damage is being dealt. I mean, so many probes are going down. These Cyclones are just so tanky. It is unbelievable. That third Nexus has gone down, but DnS now is in a lot of trouble. He's got a lot to make up now. He's going to have to, instead of making army, he's going to have to go ahead and just, you know, get his economy back up. And their aggression looks like it might continue. Oh, wow, that third command center. While this has all been going on, third command center is going down. We're going to see the engineering bay going down. We're also seeing 2 more barracks being added on. Starport's going to be added on as well. And this is exactly where HeroMarine wants to be at this point. And I think that DnS needs, at this point, to go in for the counterattack. He's got to counterattack his opponent, because if he does not, it is going to spell absolute disaster in this game. HeroMarine is very far ahead, and at this point, you know, the mules, which is pretty much man's best friend for a Terran player, are just going to be so helpful at this point in the game, just really ramping up that production. Now, it looks like DnS is going to go ahead. He's going to go into his Twilight Council, and then, of course, also getting a forge constructed. But it's just, I just don't know if it's going to be enough for DnS right now. He's so far behind, and he's going to have to do what he can to get back in this game. Because, once again, I would assume HeroMarine is not going to allow DnS to be on these 3 bases and not just going to give him a lot of time. And I love the idea that HeroMarine had there, going ahead and going for that push, throwing DnS completely off guard and doing a lot of damage. So a lot of work has to be made up now for DnS, and it does look like, you know, if he's given enough time, he's obviously gonna have a chance. But it looks like with 5 gateways coming in now for DnS, I would have to say he is probably going to be going for a push here shortly. You know, he's got to go in and he's got to try to do some damage against HeroMarine. He has to. It is not a matter of, you know, you can just kind of take your time. You are going to have to do a little bit of damage at some point and just kind of go an eye for an eye instead of allowing HeroMarine to completely dictate the pace of this game. And this is exactly what HeroMarine wants. He wants to dictate the pace of the game. He knows he did a lot of damage, so now he's going to sit back, build up his army, and just overwhelm DnS as we go. But DnS cannot allow that to happen. DnS has got to move out and try to do a little bit of some damage. He's got to pull a rabbit out of a hat and start, you know, doing a decent amount of damage. Now, here's something I really like. Okay, so DnS is going for the gold base. I love this idea and this decision by DnS. To try to get back in this game, he's going to go for a 4th Nexus, but the 4th Nexus is going to be at the gold base. Now, if this is scouted, this is going to be really devastating, but at the same time, DnS might be in a lot of trouble because HeroMarine is not letting up. He is starting to move out when Stimpack finishes up here. Charge is going to be researched as well, but here we go. It does look like HeroMarine is going to start moving out. And these siege tanks, now that they're sieged up, this is where it's going to get really scary for DnS. He has got to be very careful here. This could be the end of the series if he's not careful. The slow push is coming in for HeroMarine. He's got a lot of siege tanks. This is such a scary position to be in if you're DnS. Here we go. DnS is going to try to pounce on this army right here and right now. Doing pretty well right now, but at the same time, HeroMarine is starting to take a massive supply lead, and HeroMarine wins this series 3-0. I hope you guys did enjoy this game and this series between HeroMarine and DnS. And if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe for news, stay positive, and as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.